What's up? Madison here, and I'm actually in the Congress of Colombia. I'm at the Senate right here. I'm with some friends of mine. One of them happens to be a female congresswoman, which we're not going to put in the video, obviously, for different reasons. And the reason why I wanted to make this video today is about female friends. Most of you watching my videos probably don't have female friends. You probably think the idea of having friends of the opposite sex is a negative thing because you think it'd be a waste of your time or efforts and it's investing money and there's no opportunity for it to grow anywhere and go bigger, but that's actually not true. So I want to break you down some concepts and ideas because I thought that for a long way as well. You know, back in my day, the only female friends I had were females that I had crushes on that absolutely didn't like me anything more than that. Stay in the background, being their best friend, pretending to only care about them in terms of like, oh, it's nothing more. I would never see a future with them. But meanwhile, I'm like secretly plotting and waiting for them to break up with their significant other, their boyfriend, and I hope it would work out. But the truth is, when you're doing that, you're hurting yourself. And there's ways to go about that I discovered later on in my life about how to have friends of the opposite sex where it makes sense. There's a big question here. Can men and women actually be friends? Most people would say no, it's impossible. They'd say because women would like the guy's time, energy, attention, and resources, and men are motivated by sexual interest. But I'm here to tell you that what you need to do into your life to make female friends is not start at the dating phase. And they're saying, Madison, why would I not start a dating phase? When you start at the dating idea, let's take me on a date. I want to take you on a date. Let's go on a date. When you start with this idea, what ends up happening is you're saying to the person, okay, I'm going to put all my best cards on the table front right away to make a good impression, and you have the power, and I have to impress you. This idea of courtship used to work traditionally, but it doesn't work at all when coming to be friends with somebody. When you have the intention of being friends with somebody, it would be better that you say, let's meet up, let's hang out, let's see what happens, let's meet up, let's hang out, and go with the flow, right? That doesn't mean it's a date, it means something else. Inviting that person to whatever you're already doing, whether it's going to do Costco shopping for groceries, say, hey, I'm going on a Costco run, do you want to join? Or saying, hey, I'm about to go hit up the gym, and the person's seen it on your Instagram story a lot, you say, I'm going to hit up this gym, do you want to join me? So that's how you do it. You got to invite them on to what I call nothing experiences. Things you do in your regular life anyways that you just invite people to come along to. These nothing experiences are really important because these experiences are what relationships actually are. Let's say you were to have somebody romantically you're involved with, right? What would happen is you would say, let's go on a date, and by date 4 or 5, you would actually go and do these nothing experiences. So these nothing experiences are very important because let's say you were to meet somebody and you were to actually go on a romantic situation, a romantic date, you would have 4 or 5 of these dates, and then eventually you would actually go walk the dog or you do grocery shopping. You would do these nothing experiences eventually. So life is really about these nothing experiences. When you do these, this is how life comes true. So I think it's important to skip the dating phase and go to the nothing experiences with your friends of the opposite sex. This is how the friendships are actually made. This is the important part, how they're fabricated and come together, right? Because that's where life is. And yes, you can still go to the dinners and all these things, but now you're entering with a different paradigm versus I have to impress you. The paradigm with a friend when you go to dinner with them is like, I'm going to get the bill this time. You're clearly going to get it next time, or you're going to invest into the friendship in some other way, shape, or form. So there's a balance there that's never disrespected. So it's better to have these type of friends because what's going to happen is you're going to have a return on your investment. Typically, if you go out with people on romantic dates, right, maybe 1% of them you continue to see, and the other 90% maybe you have a fun experience with that time, that night, and then you never see them again. Or maybe 2 or 3 fun experiences and then eventually drifts out, and you never see like 90% of those people again, right? Because there's no reason for them to be attached. There's no glue in the relationship there. And so most of your efforts actually go down the drain. It's like having a bucket. Imagine a bucket here with a hole in the bottom, and every time you pour water in, no matter how much water you pour in, a lot of it seeps out the bottom, right? So I prefer to invest my energy in friends that are male and female, so friends of the opposite sex, of course, too, that I know there's going to be a return on investment on that effort you put in. Whatever you do is going to be geared towards that long-term relationship. It just makes sense because that person also has the initiative or the ambition to return their efforts into you as well. Think about it that way, right? You're going to have movie nights. You're going to do favors for each other. You're going to help each other out with things. And all those things add up together and allow you to have a ongoing, continuous friendship, which is much better than wasting your energy. You know, anytime you have a skill, you want to have a return on investment for that skill. The social skills you develop, the nice maybe amount of money you have, that nice house you have, that nice car you have, your experience, your knowledge, your self-development, all that. Why pour it repeatedly into new people that you never see again? I'd rather put that into somebody that I have stakes with, that I've invested in a long time. It sounds great, Madison. That sounds cool. But I have been trapped in something called the dreaded friend zone before, and I've been stuck in this friend zone with somebody I was interested in, and it couldn't go anywhere. And let me tell you something. The idea of a friendship with the opposite sex is not to be a beta cuck or a total beta chode. That's not the idea. The idea of having a friendship with the opposite sex is, yes, they're probably still attracted to you, right? There's probably still some chemistry or connection, but you just choose to not move forward with it. There's probably some light flirting, but you choose to not move forward with it. You're probably a guy watching this, then you are still poppy, you're still big daddy, you're still paying the check, you're still opening doors, you're still organizing things, you're making sure everything goes smoothly, but you're not pursuing the opportunity to go further with it, right? That's the whole idea of being friends with the opposite sex. It doesn't mean you have to be ugly. It doesn't mean you have to talk in high-pitched tones from now on. It means you should still talk positive dominant. You should still be careful. You should still be caring person. All these things together. It doesn't mean you to totally just take away the man-to-woman energy or the man-to-woman dynamic. You keep the man-to-woman dynamic with your female friends. And I think that's where a lot of people make mistakes, because back in the day, when they didn't know how to create a man-to-woman dynamic, they got stuck in the friend zone, and now they're like, I'm so scared, I don't want to go back to that again. But it's a new you, it's a new day, you have information you didn't have before. Be friends with females, but keep a man-to-woman dynamic, and that is great. And for females watching this, you should keep that same dynamic as well. You should be courteous, caring, supportive, loving, the same way you would be with your boyfriends, not to the same extent, but with your male friends. Give them that energy, give them that female energy. And if you're a guy, give the women your man energy. And that's how we can always complement each other as friends. So if you enjoy this series, we've got more to come. I thought I'd do something different today, go to Congress, go to the Senate, go out with friends, talk about something more serious. But if you benefit from this information you don't usually get anywhere else, I think it's very, very substantially strong, okay? It's gonna impact your life. I don't know why she came to hit my cameraman just to get her butt in the camera. That's really funny. Anyways, more videos about social life and social circle, leveling up, great networks of friends and powerful, influential people. Click here to watch more videos on that, or here to see my social reactions and coaching. As always, keep in touch and don't be a stranger. Cheers. That was hilarious.